Howdy Outlaws. Welcome to another edition of Sippin' / Drinking on the Porch. Tonight we're going away from Flatrock. Now this originally came out from Jimmy Jack's at Bald Hills Distillery. Since Bald Hills is closed and Jimmy Jack is preparing to reopen under Jimmy Jack's Shine Shack in Pennsylvania, you'll be able to find this product for sure in Pennsylvania in the near future. But this is Pappy's Peach. This is a peach moonshine.
And we are going to try to have less technical difficulties. We bought a new little thingy. We're hoping it'll do well.
Well, we think that's going to do well. So, folks.
Which button is holding? What is this?
That's my wallet clip.
Oh, okay.
So, we're going to let Carley from Puckers in Gatlinburg go first again. Tell us what you're going to make, Carley.
Okay, so again, this was short notice. So I kind of.
We do it every Monday.
Yeah, well, nobody's ever prepared.
I never
We're just
remember.
winging it.
So I'm always unprepared.
So it's always short notice,
Yeah.
no matter what.
I always find out when she tells me like 2 hours before we're going to do it. So.
I figure,
Do we do it every Monday? Is it every Monday?
Sunday or Monday.
Oh.
Yep.
I totally knew that. Okay, so anyway. Not really sure what to call it. I know we're doing something similar.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's something similar. So I've got, just recently we got in at Puckers this new Blue Chair Bay mango rum cream. They also make a banana cream that is freaking amazing. Y'all tasted it. It is so tasty, and I think it'll go really well with that peach. And I got the banana also, but this isn't the banana cream. This is just the regular banana. So I'm thinking of doing like a mango, banana, peach, creamy ice thing.
Creamy ice thing.
I'm doing a thing.
It's a creamy ice thing.
I'm doing a thing.
So
That's
once
what's
again tonight we are broadcasting Facebook Live and we are recording for Sipping on the Porch on YouTube, which thanks to technical difficulties last week.
It was hilarious.
Last week's version will not make YouTube, unfortunately.
Oh.
Because my phone ran out of storage space.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
And so we got a very short period of time.
But we did have the Facebook Live.
We
Yeah.
did have the Facebook Live, which is on this camera.
And then you
And
go
we're
back
recording
and-
on this camera.
They go back and watch that not live, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I save the live so they stay on there.
Okay.
Yeah. You can always go back and see them. Okay, so let's get started.
That's on the original Appalachian Outlaw Ewok page on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, so you can go back and watch last week's there.
Okay, so
And save me some ice.
that's what I'm gonna take some of this ice out and put it in this
Yeah,
cup.
If you need the shaker, you can just put the rest of the ice in.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We can just.
Do you need ice as well? Sir?
I
I don't need very much.
I
at
don't
all.
think that I'll need very much, if
Okay.
any.
Well then, I'll just be using all the ice.
Of course you will. You like ice. You're going to use the Flatrock
Actually,
Van Fields, correct?
I picked something up, this Kinky Ruby, and it has,
I'm gonna use your cup.
I can't even see it. Can you see that? Sublined. It has a ruby red grapefruit, it's
Yeah,
more of a
ruby
citrus
red grape-
base.
Yeah, ruby red grapefruit. So you decided to go away from the whiskey tea and
I'm going to do a tea, but I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use the peach and ice.
okay. And I'm gonna be doing. I'm just straight up already calling it peaches and cream. So we'll see how it does too.
So what do you do?
So I'm doing a shot of this banana.
Banana.
Yeah, that banana rum right there. And I'm doing a shot of the mango cream, if I can open the flipping thing. Okay, there we go. This stuff is so good.
You have to be over 21 to buy these products.
Yes.
But when you're over 21, you can no longer open the bottle.
Exactly. They are adult proof. Would you hand me this peach, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, I usually like the Pappy's Peach in a hot
I'm
toddy.
starting to wonder.
You know
It's
what?
one of my
I
favorites.
got this. And I'm going to do a shot. Put this
I'd probably do
piece
two,
right
but that's
here.
Oh, you gonna do two because
Hey, well, it kind of has become drinking on the porch and not sipping on the porch, so, you
I
know.
refuse to be blamed for that any further. I'm no longer
No,
taking
it's just-
responsibility.
everything evolves. This is evolution.
Can I have one of those peaches?
Yes, please. Have a peach. It's frozen. It'll be making it very cold.
This will be really cold. Okay. Stick this on it. Now I'm going to shake the shit out of it.
Seriously?
You're very helpful. You're very helpful.
She said she was
Thank
taking
you.
the shit out of it, so.
I just really want to blend all those flavors together.
Okay, folks. You
Alright.
see what I live with.
Ooh, look
Oh,
at
what's
that.
happening
I
there?
don't know. That's it's draining back
It's
in.
bubbling back in.
That's weird. That's
That's
new. I guess some of it got trapped up top.
maybe.
Maybe.
That's different. I really hope this is good.
I really hope
I really hope it's good too.
It looks fantastic.
Because, you know, if it was so bad you had to pour it out, that would be alcohol use.
I would never pour out a drink. I'll just plug
just
my
drink
nose
it.
and drink it. This is like milking a cow.
That's what she said.
Is that what she said? No. It's good.
Well, I expected nothing less.
That there is a winner. I like
Holy
it.
bejesus!
Thank you.
That
thank you,
is
thank you.
amazing. Yeah, I would drink that all day long.
Yeah,
That would be so good.
in a blender with some ice would be
Oh, yeah, yeah.
amazing as a frozen drink.
That would be very good as a frozen drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we need to name it. Now you've given birth to this.
So what do you call it?
I will find out.
Tropical
Oh, you know what?
peach sensation.
That reminds me of something. That is exactly like what you get when you genetically cross an elephant and a rhino.
Well, that's what it is. It's an elephant rhino. It's a
Jalapeno.
Elephano.
yeah. It's an elephino cream.
Elephano cream.
It's an elephino cream.
Elephano
Yeah,
cream.
I was going to use the Amarula cream in a drink and call it an Elefino.
Well, you've been
I've had name napping.
yes. You've
We've
been
name
napped.
napped. Oh yeah, I love that. That's really, really good.
Mm.
I
I
feel
don't
like
have
there
the banana
really
again,
wasn't a.
but we're gonna make another one of these here shortly.
I feel like there should have been more of that.
Okay, I'm gonna rinse this for you.
I got this great idea.
What do you
You
need?
should rinse that.
I'll rinse this.
So are you going next?
No, you're gonna go.
I'm going to go next. Okay.
Because we're doing cream. You know, mine is a little bit more citrusy, so.
Do we have something I can pour it out in?
Yeah, you have that
Hey.
wash tub.
Oh, yeah, I sure do. Okay. This right here. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely love
Just
this.
some warm water.
Have the last sip.
I'll take the last sip.
Take the last sip.
So Outlaws, this coming weekend, Maggie Valley, North Carolina, is the Hillbilly Jam. If you're anywhere in a 3-hour driving distance of Maggie Valley, North Carolina, you're crazy if you don't show up. Thursday night is the pre-party at the Valley Tavern. Really happening spot. I'm really glad that it moved to the Valley Tavern. How about you?
I like it better there. Yeah.
And then Friday and Saturday is the Hillbilly Jam. Raven and I will be there all day into the night on Friday.
Are you gonna be there, Carley?
I may be
Maybe.
there.
And then
It'll be a
I am
surprise.
You know how I am
Saturday,
about
Saturday. I do have to work as a raft guide first part of the day, so I'll be MIA first part of the day on Saturday, and then I'll be back for Saturday evening. You need a little ice too, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be enough. Actually, I'll just take that glass.
So we're gonna throw a peach in this one also. And so the Hillbilly Jam, I started going to before all this moonshiners thing back about the time I was on Appalachian Outlaws.
100 years ago,
It seems like it.
when the dinosaurs were.
Yep, back when we used to have to ride across the mountain on the dinosaurs back. And Hillbilly Jam is really just, it's like this big dysfunctional family reunion, I guess is the way to say it.
Yeah. It's like getting together with a bunch of cousins you've never met before.
So we're putting 2 shots in mine.
2 shots of the peach.
2 shots of the Pappy's Peach,
Then what are you gonna do?
Jimmy Jack's Shine Shack,
Jimmy Jack.
and then we're gonna do a little top off with some of this sweet cream.
That's Italian sweet cream.
This is not Italian sweet cream, by the way.
Is it not?
It is not.
Cold Stone.
It is Cold Stone Creamery Sweet Cream.
They
Wow.
were. They
Thank
were
you very
out of
much.
Italian
They were
sweet
out of the Italian sweet cream.
Wow, I didn't even know that was an option. Just have, well, look, see, that's what you get for not getting it Italian.
And then we're gonna do a little top off here. We'll get
That's
about
a
right
lot
there.
of cream.
That's
That's so
Well,
much
then
cream.
I put 2 shots of alcohol in there too.
okay.
Whatever you want to do, man. Live your best
Plus,
life.
plus, you know, we're all drinking on this. So,
We are.
so we're gonna throw this on here, and we're gonna shake, shake, shake.
Are you gonna
your
shake the?
booty.
Are you gonna shake the shit out of it?
No. I'm shaking my booty.
Oh, just your booty.
You were shaking the shit out of it. I'm shaking my booty.
My booty shakes so much. Shook the shit out of it.
All right, so we will throw down in this glass this time. See what happens.
You think the glass makes a difference?
I think the glass could make a difference.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Does glass make the difference?
I think whether or not the glass is chilled makes a difference.
Oh, 100%. I'll agree with that.
Yeah. A
My
chilled glass is
mother-in-law,
very nice.
100 million years ago when I was married to somebody else,
Her starter husband.
my starter husband, his mother actually believed that everything tasted better out of crystal glasses. She would eat off of crystal plates, and I guess she sold crystal as some sort
Yeah.
of side gig. So all of her plates and cups and things were all crystal, and she just said everything tasted
Swore
better.
by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're supposed to taste it
You're
first.
supposed to taste it
Oh,
first.
I was just trying to be ladies first. Just trying to be a gentleman.
We appreciate your what is it called?
Gentlemanliness.
No.
Peaches and cream, ladies and gentlemen, 100%.
Not gentlemanliness. What is it called?
That is so sweet. This is too sweet for me. The creamer is really sweet, but it is peaches and cream. I almost wish I had more peaches in it.
Well,
Add more peaches.
we can put more peaches.
Yeah, that's always an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes just like peaches and cream with sugar.
I like it. I would like this. I think better as a shot than a drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
a lot of sweet for
Yeah,
a
to
big
sip on.
glass.
Yeah, to sip on it, or maybe throw a little milk in there to cut the sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a little actual like straight cream.
But definitely
Yeah,
it's peaches
it's definitely
and cream.
peaches and cream, and it's definitely good.
It's good.
It's
is good.
definitely good.
I
Both
actually
of us
like.
have been shying away a little bit more though from sweet.
Yeah.
So, for someone else who likes more sugar, who likes the real
Yeah.
sweet drinks, that might be the way
That
to go.
is like really dessert in a glass. If you like
It is.
peaches and cream dessert, that's what you want.
Yeah. Raven, it's your turn. Do you need the shaker? Should
let's-
I rinse it?
Yeah, if you want to. I don't really need it. I'm just gonna do this. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Okay, that's fine.
So, gee, I really wish that I could read this.
Where's your thing? I bought you a thing.
Yes, it's not here.
It's not here.
It isn't. It is.
We did use it earlier today, though.
She told me.
It's the
You
kinky
have-
pink.
here, you
That's
have a-
all I
you
know.
have a bit. There you go.
Thank you.
You're
You
welcome.
could rinse
Had a
this.
little drip.
I'll
It
rinse
has
it.
some cream, and I don't need cream. So I am doing something with tea. I have some decaffeinated tea, but it's minty. So, yeah, mint
I
and
feel
peach
like
could
tea
be okay.
and mint and peach, that's
Yeah,
all
I
fine.
think that's
That,
all
that all goes together
Yeah.
very well.
And
that is
this,
good.
although it is some ruby red grapefruit, it's a little bit citrusy. It's a little tart. It's also sweet.
Oh,
I think it'll be fine. I think it will be fine. So here's my tea. And alcohol first, Lisa. So I have one of these that's open because I tried it. Here we go.
So a shot of grapefruit liquor.
It's grapefruit and something else. It has like 3 flavors, but
let me see.
I'm so old I can't read it.
I can see it. Let me see.
You are so much better than me.
It's
Well, guys, welcome to the Hollow this evening.
fusion of grapefruit, kiwi, and elderflower.
Grapefruit, kiwi, and elderflower. Thank you so much for your eyes,
You're
young woman.
welcome.
You are so much younger than
No,
me.
I literally could barely make that out.
I could make it out.
It was mostly
It just
shapes.
looks green. So we did a shot of that, and I think I am going to add this whiskey over here. So we're going to do a very full shot of this peach because I want it to be peachy. Very full shot of peach.
So apparently when you become 40 mumble,
Mumble, mumble.
the first, you have your 39th birthday, you're fine. You have your 40th birthday, you're blind.
Yeah,
That is
apparently.
literally what happens.
So the third liquor that's going in this is from Flatrock Distillery out of Napoleon, Ohio. And this is the Living Proof Triple Grain Malted Whiskey.
Okay, so yeah, I think that this is really going to go well in it. And I'm going to do just a shy of a full shot. Just shy of a full shot. I think that's
It's just a wee.
just a wee shot.
Just a wee shot.
And I'm going to take a couple of these frozen peaches, throw it right in there, and then I'm going to top it off with my mint tea.
I feel like this is going to be good.
I hope it's going to be good. I should have brought something to stir it with, but you know what? We'll just...
You got a finger, don't
Stick
you?
your finger in there.
You sure?
That'll sweeten it up.
I did wash my hands.
We don't believe her. She never washes her hands.
She does, and I mean, it's
It's an issue.
it is.
I feel like that's really good. I feel like it's refreshing.
We love refreshing.
Refreshing.
Thank you.
It's refreshing.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Just the right amount of sweetness.
Yeah?
Just slightly.
It's just
slightly.
barely sweet.
A hint of sweet.
This is dinner and that's dessert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm an appetizer.
I think that this would go
And
really
moosh
well with
moosh.
fish for some reason.
That is very good.
I feel like this would go well with fish. Like a fish plate dinner.
Maybe yeah, like a fried catfish.
Citrus.
It's very very southern.
Citrus, mint, peach.
The
Oh,
mint
very
works
good.
really well in there. You can taste the mint. You
Yeah.
can taste the peach. I like it a lot.
Tastes the grapefruit.
Yeah.
I think the elderflower is what's adding the sweetness.
Yeah.
So, pretty happy with that. Yeah, I think that this is something I would order if, like, it was really hot at a bar, or, you know, I'm always thinking about what can I drink while I mow the lawn. I don't know why I'm always thinking about that. I just feel like maybe.
So you know what happens if you drink this and mow the lawn?
In the ditch.
And instead of the lines being this way, they're like this. Or I get the phone calls of, oh my God, Ravens flipped the lawnmower into the creek.
Never have I flipped the lawnmower into the creek. Also, I'm a fantastic mower of the lawn.
She usually does it sober though.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, is that
Oh,
rain?
it's starting to rain, my friends.
You hear a
Praise
rain on
Earl.
the tin roof.
Yeah. Well,
I'm glad we didn't bring my car because I have no
you know,
wipers.
of the 3 drinks that we made tonight, can I have a lighter? Thank you. I really like Carley's drink best.
I think I like yours the best.
You think you like mine the
I
best?
do.
Like, I think that they're 2 completely separate, different things. Like, mine would go good with a dinner, or like,
Hers is an appetizer,
I'm an appetizer.
and mine's a
I'm
dessert.
an amuse bouche.
yeah, and mine is just with the meal.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying?
I think that's what we decided.
So we have your 3-course drink. I'm gonna make another one of those.
Like, if I were gonna make one,
Just won't have the banana this time.
just to sit here with, if I was gonna make another one tonight, I would make yours again.
Yeah.
I like mine, but I feel like I want food with it. It's also more heavy on alcohol than either of y'all's.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Just
no,
barely
mine
heavier
has,
than this one.
Mine has
3
3
shots.
shots.
Oh, well, I don't know the proof on any of this. I just threw some stuff in here. I didn't pay attention. It's me not paying attention.
Pay attention, damn it. It's the only thing we can afford to do.
I'm so broke I can't
Would you
even
give me
pay
that shot glass,
attention.
please?
Yes.
Thank you.
So Outlaws, we will go back and read the comments from the live.
I can't.
The
I
phone
love
is
reading
far
them.
enough away right now
I
so
couldn't
that you
even
can
see
get
that little ball.
all of us in it.
Ah.
That you really can't see what it says.
We're going to be planning on buying some sort of a microphone situation because I feel like I'm yelling, and he always tells me I have a teeny tiny little voice.
You do have a teeny tiny voice.
I do?
See?
You do. You have the smallest voice.
I always feel so like,
Oh, we also don't have. We
Yelly
don't need this
and-
because we don't have any more ice, so we're just gonna pour this crap right
no, there's no ice.
here. No, it's fine. We'll just pour it in here.
Mm. We have frozen peaches. It'll be cold. That's all you really need. So.
I got fingernails. We'll just
There you go.
fingernail them in there.
Here's the page. The lid's halfway open this time. It'll be easier.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for loosening that for
Well,
me.
thank Raven.
Raven.
Okay, so that Pappy's Peach, I've got to say, if you put that with a hot tea, like especially like a spicy apple tea in the winter, it's wonderful. Especially like if you have a sore throat.
Makes a wonderful hot toddy.
I did get really sick last year, and yeah, I used that Pappy's Peach a lot. It was wonderful. Anyway,
Well, you know what? We happen to have 3 of these left, so I'm just gonna pour all
You just go,
3.
Yeah.
you just go
Yeah.
double it up.
yeah.
We're just gonna pour all
Pour it
3
in
of
there.
these in there.
I'm all
Because
about that.
Why not, right?
Why not?
Why not? Let's drink it on the porch.
There.
We're on the porch. We have these liquors.
Might as
We
well.
wouldn't want them to go to waste.
Oh God, no.
That'd be alcohol abuse.
Here,
Absolutely.
I'll drink the last of that.
No, we don't
and then we'll move
abuse
on to
alcohol.
the desserty drinks.
Yes.
No, hers is an appetizer drink.
Yes. Well, we had it for an appetizer. Then we had some dessert because you always want to. I've always said this. You always want to eat your dessert before you eat your meal, so that way, if you choke on your steak, you still get your get your cake.
Yeah.
You know,
It's kind of not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, and you had wings for dinner anyway, so
I did. I just had them.
no
They were
choking
good.
yet.
So far, so good.
I had chicken salad for dinner.
The chicken salad.
Yeah, I made chicken salad.
Was it
while,
delicious?
while you were working out. It was good. We just didn't have any mayonnaise, so I had to work around that to make chicken salad.
What did you use instead of the mayonnaise?
It's a yogurt salad dressing we have that is a basil lemon
Oh yeah.
That sounds
yogurt
nice.
salad dressing.
Yeah.
It did okay. Couldn't find any soy sauce, nowhere.
This isn't as
When
cold
they're
as the
used-
first time around.
When there used to be soy sauce sitting on the back of the stove, I don't know what happened to that.
It's still there?
You put soy sauce in chicken salad?
Oh yeah,
Really?
oh yeah.
That's weird. A little bit odd, aren't you? A little bit.
I make a mean chicken salad though,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
tuna salad.
I don't know what's
Really?
happening with that.
Hmm?
There's a texture thing. What's with the texture?
It's because it wasn't shaken.
Oh,
It's not really stirred up very well.
no,
I mean, I could throw it in
Shake
there and
it.
shake it, but there's no ice.
no, it's whatever.
Yeah, just-
I was like, there's a texture thing happening. What is that? You felt the texture thing too. You're like, I think I'll just take this.
Now
yeah, it's
at
better when it's cold.
Yeah, I like it cold. Don't
At-
drink it warm.
No. It's
at
not a
Hillbilly Jam this weekend, there will be some auctioning of items off for Paul's Animal Rescue out of Bryson City, North Carolina. I had been on the hunt and found a 55-gallon whiskey barrel. Actually, I found several of them. And Raven and I were going to take one of them and make a dog bed out of it.
Which would have been cool, except
Well, where these unused 55-gallon whiskey barrels came from. These used 55-gallon whiskey barrels came from the Popcorn Sutton Distillery here in Cott County. So we decided that more than likely The barrel would fetch more money for Paul's rescue
I'm the worst.
as a Popcorn Sutton whiskey barrel than it would as a dog bed. So that will be auctioned off for the fine folks at Paul's. They do so much for Western North Carolina with dog rescue, cat rescue, feeding feral cat herds.
You need a rescue situation over there.
I about really did choke on camera.
That's-
Peach.
That's all right. I can do the Heimlich maneuver.
You weren't even paying attention.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I was dying. Excuse my dying. Please continue.
But yes, so Paul's, they do so much with the whole animal community in Western North Carolina. As far as animals are concerned, Beth has to be an angel to them.
Oh yes.
She just appears out of nowhere and saves animals.
We love animals.
So I'm very happy to be that Raven and I be donating this barrel to Paul's to auction off at the Jam.
Other people are going to have some great items too. I don't know what's going to be there, but it's always good.
We're also doing a leash holder with a moonshine truck on it.
Yeah, and I think we have that little deco outhouse thing that I made.
Yep, it's in the exterior. So we'll donate a few items to it.
Yeah, other people will too. It's not just us.
Yeah, many people will donate stuff to be auctioned off for this.
Well, I feel like a jerk because I have nothing to donate if I do show up, but I'm going to find something.
But you did
to
neuter
donate.
your dog today.
You
I
did neuter your
did.
dog
I
today.
neutered my dog today. It was ridiculously expensive.
Well, you know.
But he's neutered and he's resting at home with my daughter right now. He's ridiculously happy
Yeah.
for somebody who just
You-
lost their testes.
You can't put a price on not procreating.
Yes. Yes. The cat is spayed. The dog is neutered. I'm working on the child.
Oh,
We'll have her spayed.
I'm thinking of having her spayed.
Okay.
that's weird. And sorry, Emily.
I
So
don't
sorry.
Want, I don't want to be a grandmother ever.
Why? You love babies.
No, I used to love babies. That's why I had
Wow,
so
that's so
many.
sweet.
Now I mostly hate children. I think that everybody should treat them well and be lovely to them when you find them. But I want nothing really to do with any of them.
Well, you can borrow them and send them home.
There's that. But usually I don't like those ones because I didn't raise them and they're usually little jerks.
Did I mention
Did you say that on camera?
I think that I've mentioned that most children are with good parents are fine. The ones you find at the zoo and they're like beating on the
Yeah, I don't
tiger
like those
cage.
ones.
Ooh, don't do that.
I think the reason that I don't like children is because Puckers allows children until 9 o'clock, and I'm very confused about children in a bar. It's just a very confusing situation.
So like children
they sit
at
and
Chuck E.
scream.
Cheese. Children at Chuck E. Cheese?
That's fine. That's where they're supposed to be. This is a child-friendly, congregating area. I feel like a bar in the middle of Gatlinburg. Maybe don't bring your 2-year-old because he's going to be pissed that we don't have chicken nuggies.
Did you know that Chuck E. Cheese is not Chuck E. Cheese? It's Chuck E. Cheese's.
Is that one of those things?
It's one of those things.
It's Chuck E. Cheese.
No, it apparently.
Yeah, but it's Chuck E. We both
Ish.
know.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what we know. It is officially Chuck E. Cheese's.
You want to hear a crazy story?
Tell us the story.
So
Yes.
many times, as
How
a
many
whitewater
times?
raft guide, we get asked, what do we do in the wintertime? Right?
What do you do in the winter?
Most of them hibernate. They get
Well-
very fat. They eat a lot. They get very fat, and they crawl in a cave and they just hibernate
Well,
with their paddles.
so last winter, I see an ad in the newspaper that the Knoxville Zoo is hiring. Knoxville's about an hour away. So I go in to interview. I put on my best tuxedo shirt.
You own
You
a
have a
tuxedo
tuxedo
shirt?
shirt?
I got tuxedo shirts.
Where?
Shirts?
Plural.
Plural? How many?
Plural. I put on my best one. So I go in to interview, and the guy looks at my application, looks back at me, he goes, I don't know, I really understand why you're so dressed up, but so we need to hire somebody, and you're a good candidate.
Yeah.
I was like, well, great. I was like, you know, should I go back home and get something that's nice to wear that's not as nice as this tuxedo shirt?
Right.
He goes, no. He goes, I got your uniform. So he goes, he opens his janitor closet, right,
You're gonna be a janitor.
and pulls out this dusty old gorilla suit. And
Don't
he's
they have gorillas? Why don't they need
Well,
fake
wait a
gorillas?
minute. Yeah, I'm getting ready to tell you why they needed a gorilla.
Oh God, I'm so.
So he's like,
sorry.
listen, he goes, last night our star gorilla died, and so we need somebody to fill in the space until we can get a new gorilla. So I'm like, okay, that's a little strange, but
Can you be a
hell,
gorilla?
I can be a gorilla. So, yeah, I put on this
I didn't
gorilla
hear about
suit.
this at all.
I put on this gorilla suit, and
This is a deal.
I get to looking, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I pound on my chest, and I'm like, cool, I can do that.
Do you?
So I go in the grilling clothes, and I'm all walking around and dragging my knuckles and beating on my chest, making noise.
Gotta watch
And
out for those
so
female gorillas.
Now I'm the only gorilla in there.
Oh.
So there's all these folks, you know, they're looking at me through the glass and they're applauding a little bit. And I was like, all right, I need to get into this a little more. So I start, you know, jumping around and beating on my chest and pounding the ground. Climb up, swinging from limb to limb in a tree. And I climb up on a limb. I start, and the crowd is going nuts. So I start really getting to it. I start jumping from limb to limb. I'm beating on my chest. I'm slinging my poo at people.
Your poo.
There's poo slinging.
When did
Well,
your poo? Are you
it's a
pooed
gorilla.
in the suit?
You booed in a suit
There was a hole in the back of it.
with a poo slinging.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm
course
beating on my
there
chest,
was.
I'm slinging, and I'm standing up on this limb, and I go, whoo, 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 and I start beating on my chest, and I slip and fall.
Oh no.
And I hit the ground, it kind of knocks the breath out of me,
Oh.
and I kind of get my breath back, and I look up, and lo and behold, I'm not in the gorilla enclosure anymore.
Where were you?
I'm in the lion's den.
Well, hell.
So I'm about to shit my I start screaming, help me, I'm not really a gorilla, I'm a human in a gorilla suit. Somebody please help me. And here comes this lion, slowly walking towards me. And then I feel the heat on the back of my neck, and I just know that's the end of me.
Yeah.
And this paw hits me on the shoulder. He goes, shut up, stupid, you're going to get us both fired. And that's how I met Carley.
I knew there was gonna be a punchline. I knew it. It's because of my red mane. He's just jealous of my mane. That's all it is. Bastard.
Holy. I don't even know what to say.
Oh my god.
Did you just like make that up?
No.
You're ridiculous. You know you're ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay then.
So,
I feel like one of us is cut off.
it ain't me.
It's crazy.
I had to make a little side money. The bartending business wasn't, holding up so well.
Yeah, slide over this way just a little bit, baby. You're only like half on camera on the bottom.
Pretend like you
There
like
you
him.
go.
Pretend like you like him.
You gotta pretend like we like each other. Know we're married and everything.
We have some tea left. Should we more with the tea?
Yes, we should make more of anything there is to make more
Okay,
of.
so I have this.
You do have it. I see you there with it. Do you need help? Do you need the rag? Here, have the rag. You want the rag? She can do it herself. She don't need no man.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
If only I could open this jar.
Well, we're about to get visited by a different cat this week.
Hello,
Hello,
Swiss.
Swiss.
Her little old ass climbed up the steps.
She
wanted to hang
actually
out
just
with
is
us.
the third time she's been up here.
Okay, so
She keeps-
She's the oldest animal that lives with us.
How old is she? Is she really?
Yeah.
She's quite surprised.
We got her in the fall of 2008.
Oh, wow, she is
Super
old.
cool story. All of our animals have a story, of course. We just want to move one of our animals without a story. But I'm doing a marathon golly trip. That's 26 miles of
Really,
white
you're
water.
eyeballing that?
10 class 5s for the day.
no.
Come pulling into the
Oh, yeah.
takeout, and Raven's like, look, we have this cat. And she fit in the palm of your hand. And she was beat to shit. Some other cat or other animal had beat her. Her ears were bleeding and torn and scratched.
What do you
Poor
think of that?
baby. And she's such a gentle lady.
She is.
Here, let me move this out.
So
Don't want to forget that.
Swiss then sleeps in the sleeping bag with Raven and I that night.
Yeah, we were camping for 4 days. What are we gonna do with a cat for 4 days? I have no idea.
Well, I mean, they're pretty used to sleeping outside, aren't they?
So she sleeps inside the sleeping bag with us, and that's it.
We got her some dog food, the wet dog food, because that's all they had at the convenience store at like 10 o'clock at night. Had a little box with some litter. She was great.
And she is the sweetest, most loving cat. She knows that we saved her life, I do believe.
I think so.
Most of y'all don't know this because I haven't told you, but I used to live here with Raven and Ewok for, what, about a year?
About a year.
Yeah.
My daughter and I lived here. And Swiss was like, I didn't even have any of it yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you
Stop
tried
it.
it. Tell me what you
I
think.
killed the rest of this before I
Oh, I saw you drinking a thing. I didn't.
stopped stealing.
What do you think?
I think it's delicious. I love the mint in it.
Thank you. So you were saying.
And Swiss was like one of my best buddies here. They have so many animals,
A lot.
and it's really hard to pick a favorite. But of the cats, Swiss is my absolute favorite, except for her needle feet.
Yeah.
But she is so loving. She would come and crawl up on the bed with me. Every morning she would come up and she would lay on my chest and she would lick underneath my chin
Aw.
to wake me up. And my other favorite, I think, is probably, of the dogs, my favorite, I think, was Old Fick.
Yeah.
But now that Old Fick has died, I think Milkshake is still my favorite.
Yeah.
The shook, the milkshake.
She's a wonderful.
She's probably my favorite.
She is. This dog, I have never seen a dog in my life that has just a perpetual grin on his face. All dogs have the doggy grin.
Yeah.
But this dog actually smiles. Like, the corners of her mouth go from the tips of each of her ears.
Yeah.
She is just the coolest
She's
dog.
the Joker face.
She is. She is amazing. She just is like the happiest dog that I've ever seen. Outside of my own animals, like my Marley. My poor Marley. But outside of my little dog Marley that passed away, she is probably my favorite dog. And now my Biscuit.
Yeah.
I cannot keep a cigarette lit today.
I think it's the moisture in the air. I mean, it's
Well,
it's like it
definitely the moisture in my
wants to
hair.
rain, but it's just gonna put out all that moisture in the air and not actually coalesce into drops.
Tomorrow is when it's supposed to
Yeah.
coalesce into drops.
Y'all check on your
That makes me
curly-haired
tired.
friends because we are not living our best lives right now. I am so frizzy. My hair is so big.
I like
It's
your
so
hair.
much.
I think
It's so much
It's
right
fine.
now, though. It is so much.
I don't know. I don't have curly hair. I have the kind of hair that is super straight and it just gets plastered to my head and it always looks a wreck. And I even have them cut it so that I don't have to do anything with it. So
Yeah.
it's really
I don't
just
do
a wreck.
anything with mine either. It grows out of my head, and I usually just hope for the best.
I have that kind hair.
What kind of hair?
Kind of
That
hair.
kind that belongs on a dog's ass.
I know another joke like that, but I'll tell you when it's off camera.
Even what?
Grant used to say I had kind lips.
I don't want to know about that.
I'll tell you off camera.
No.
So then you guys can only imagine.
Yes, we'll leave it to your imaginations.
That's crazy.
Right.
Well, I think all of our drinks were really successful.
I do too.
I'm really sad that this Pappy's Peach is running out because what am I going to do this winter?
Will there be more?
Well,
Can there be more?
he's getting ready to reopen the distillery. As I said, under a new name instead of Bald Hills Distillery. It's going to be Jimmy Jack Shine Shack. You can check them out on Facebook. They do have a Facebook page already.
Hey, and if they're watching, we're going to need some more of that peach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Jimmy Jack's, yeah, I'll probably
We're
need some
doing
more
beautiful
peach.
things here with your peach.
it's fabulous.
Yeah.
And
But now it's almost gone.
folks, check out Flatrock Distilling. You can Google that up, and you can now, if you live in a direct consumer state, you can have any of our products shipped directly to you.
How do you memorize all this stuff?
I don't memorize it, I just remember it.
How is that different?
Memorizing is not remembering.
I don't see that's
It's two different things.
I
So-
need to drink more before I can have that
So when you were in
conversation.
school, did you have to memorize the Gettysburg Address or something like that?
Yeah.
Do you remember any of it now? Besides maybe the first sentence?
Yeah.
This
I
must
got-
be like a typically Southern thing. You memorize the Gettysburg Address,
I went to school in New York.
and you also memorize the Gettysburg Address.
I went to school in
Well,
North Carolina and I had to memorize
Yeah, the
it.
Gettysburg Address, and then also like the Declaration of Independence.
The preamble to the Declaration.
Yeah.
Preamble to the Constitution.
Yeah. Oh, school.
Now that's about what you remember out of the Gettysburg
Oh,
Address, ain't
I know,
You're both such good
7
students.
years ago, our founding,
our forefathers
our
brought
forefathers?
brought forth upon this nation this land a nation conceived in liberty.
What he said.
That's what I remember of it.
The liberty to drink as much alcohol as you see fit on your porch.
Yeah, it's my porch.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's a borrowed porch, but whatever.
It's a porch, by God, and it's on your land.
Huh, yeah. I don't know.
Words.
I
Words?
went to school in many different places.
What did you have to memorize?
What
Anything?
time to be there?
Really?
Yeah,
That's all.
pretty much.
You went to
Pledge-
public school,
The
though, right?
Pledge of Allegiance, maybe.
You
And
went, you went to public school.
I did. I went to public school.
I went to public school.
You went to public school in the South, though.
I did go to the public school.
I
in the
think that
South.
the reason that they had us memorize stuff was I went to private school in the North, which is more similar to public school.
But you went
in the South.
northeast.
So you're saying that public schools in the South
Mhm.
are just as good as private schools
in the
North.
North, because what you're mainly paying for is a teacher-to-student ratio, I believe. And I think that when you go to a public school up north, you have 42 kids in the class. You don't have time for everybody to be memorizing the Gettysburg Address. I think that you're just trying to get the basics in there and hoping and praying that everything works out.
I learned reading. I learned writing. I learned some arithmetic, and stuff that you would never ever
So you
use.
could cipher.
Yeah,
I can cipher. Not well.
I learned
need
a lot of
ciphering
crap that you
machine.
can't use also. I
Why
learned-
do they even do that?
I don't know. I don't know. I had to read a lot of books. I remember mostly what I remember more than anything out of most of my schooling is English. 'Cause that was like my one of my favorite classes was
I
English.
liked English.
And I remember having to read a lot of books, and some of them were good. Like I loved Catcher in the Rye. Some of them not so good. But I don't really see what impact they have.
Yeah, I remember
No.
English.
They were enjoyable. but-
Diagramming sentences. What in the hell?
Yes, and-
Why do we spend so much time on that? Why do I need to
And
know
the-
what a dangling participle is?
Yes, all of this stuff.
Why?
Subjugations and I use none of that. I'm a bartender. I'm really good at
And also,
percentages
if you
because that's
worked
what
in-
tips are. They're
Okay,
percentages.
So if you worked in IT
yeah.
or really most industries, when are you going to need to know what a dangling participle is?
I don't even know what that is now.
I've forgotten what it
dangling-
is. I remember the words.
But it gives me a weird mindset for dangling.
It's just dangling out
It's
there.
just
It's a participle,
dangling.
just dangling about.
Just-
But I remember that.
That's the
And
sound of a dangling
and-
dangling participle. Sorry.
participle?
Participle?
Participle.
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 Yes, participle.
Participating. It's a
I-
participation.
I have
It's a
no
dangling
idea.
participation.
And
It's a
really,
dangling
this is what we did with our
participation
education. You know, I don't even know.
I don't know about you.
I think that they waste a
share this
lot of
more.
time and energy teaching students things that they're just never going to use. And what about the things that they're actually going to use?
Taxes.
Like taxes?
I have no idea how to do taxes.
And also investments.
Yes. We need more financial education. We need a lot more financial education. And
If we
how
had
to build
more-
credit.
If we had those, though, then people would build credit and they wouldn't be
Broke
wage
and-
slaves.
Yes.
Gives
I'm
me
not
a
a,
feeling.
I had no education in it, and I am not a wage slave, but only because I decided to do a rebalancing of my life. I've decided
Bless you.
to be less money motivated and more time motivated.
I decided that when my son was young as well.
Yes. I put more value on my time and less value in money.
I did homeschool. You know,
Mhm.
people find this incredulous because.
Because she doesn't even know about her dangling participations.
But
What are you putting out for the next generation
Hey.
out there dangling whatchamajiggies?
Hey, homeschool or not, we turned out a really, really fucking smart kid. Excuse
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
F-bomb.
He is awesome. I love
yeah,
Galen.
I love my kid. But you know, I may be partial as far as
That
kids
is a
go.
name you gave him there, though, isn't it?
But
Galen.
yes,
That's a name.
I didn't pick the name.
Uh-huh.
If we were gonna have a girl, it was my job to pick the girl name.
What was the girl name that you had? Well, who was he going to be if he was a she?
If he had been a she,
Which he wasn't. He
his
was a he.
name would have been Selena Rochelle.
Selena Rochelle. I love that.
Do you like Selena
Yeah.
Rochelle?
You had nothing in mind for a male, though?
I-
Even though it wasn't your choice to pick.
my ex-husband was very insistent that he got to pick the name.
Yeah.
And he picked a name from, ironically, Galen is like the doctor that, like the name you associate with medicine back in the Middle Ages. Galen, but that was not why.
Oh.
He picked it from Star Trek.
I knew it was going to be like a Star Wars,
was
Star
Star
Trek
Trek.
thing.
It was Star Trek. But, you know, so,
Her ex-husband was a total nerd. Quite
I don't know.
nerdy.
How could he be a terrible nerd? It'd be less nerdy?
He was an awful nerd.
Well, you know, I
He was a
mean,
nerd, and he was awful.
there's a
He had some
reason.
positive qualities, but I can't think of any of them right now. I'm sorry.
We
There's
think
a
of
reason
them.
that all those guys on the NOLA check you know call him the wizard.
The wizard, he's the Wizard of Oz. Why have you come to haunt me, the Wizard of Oz?
Are you quite alright?
I am. That's actually from a Tom T-Bone Stankus song.
I have no idea what you just said to me.
Because I'm old as shit.
You're not that much older than me.
You
and
don't know Tom T-Bone Stankus? Okay, whatever.
I'm sorry.
Dr.
Is this a
Demento?
singer?
Do you know Dr. Demento?
Cover of the Rolling Stones.
He played that on his show, but that was not him. Yeah, so, okay, so who knows Dr. Demento? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Dr. Demento? Anybody?
What was he? What was
Okay,
he
so
of?
Dr. Demento was a
I feel
radio
like
show
he's a
host.
psychiatrist.
No, radio show host.
Okay.
Who would play weird shit.
So was he like?
I have a passion for weird
You like
shit.
Howard Stern?
Obviously.
Look at me.
Is he kind of like Howard Stern? Are you looking at me?
Kind of a little
Are
bit.
you looking at me?
A
She
little
looked
bit.
at you. I can totally understand
I'm
her
looking
looking
at
at you,
both of
but
you. I collect
why are you
weird
looking at
things.
me? I'm not weird at all. I'm
She
totally
is saying
normal.
that you are one of these.
I
two.
am totally normal. I'm totally normal.
You guys know what that is? That is a weird O.
So, Dr. Demento is not a shock jock like Howard Stern. He played
Love Howard Stern.
really strange stuff. He did start playing a lot of Weird Al Yankovic stuff because Weird
I
Al
love Weird Al Yankovic. That's
So-
one I know.
Weird Al as a teen would call in with his songs and things that he had developed to the Dr. Demento show and get them put on air.
Oh,
and
awesome.
that's how Weird Al kind of got his start.
So Raven seems to think that she's just leaps and bounds, just crazy much more older than I am. We're 7 years apart. 7 years.
8.
We're 7.
Carley, she talks about how much older she is than me, and we're 6 months apart.
What did
You're
you
6 months apart.
Okay, what did you say about me? I have been responsible.
Old since she was 5.
So I was old at 5 years old. That's why
Yes.
I'm 98 in this body now.
Yeah, chronologically though, she's only 7 years older than me. So the only issue is, one of the only issues though, is that I was not allowed to have television as a child.
I wasn't allowed to have
And
lunch.
I
I
was-
grew up Mormon.
And, well, I was a Mormon, I just had a weird mother, so I wasn't allowed to have television. Actually, I had a smart mother because she wanted me to read books, so I wasn't allowed to have television until I was like 12 years old. I did watch TV at like friends' houses and at my aunt's houses and stuff like that, but very rarely. And so a lot of, like, references to media, I miss. even though we're right around the same time.
But I'm also extremely weird, so I like really obscure movies. Like the media I enjoy is very obscure.
My mom knew some of the cast from the oh god, I can't think of the name of it. The people with the drag dressing and the show.
I have no idea what you're saying right now.
It was in the 80s and the 70s, late 70s and the 80s.
70s and
the
80s.
Something show, the rock show.
The Gong Show.
No, it was like the
I don't know.
oh god,
idea
it
what she's saying.
had the guy with the tights and the high heel shoes. There's a lot of cross dressing and
In the 70s?
yeah,
On
it
television?
was no, it wasn't on TV. It was a show. It was like a play, not a play, but like a show. They would go to like movie theaters and you would see them and they would have like
Rocky Horror Picture
the Rocky
Show?
Horror Picture Show.
I
Yeah.
love the Rocky. Have you been to a theater that's showing the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Have you shown up in your garb? Have you brought a bag of bread to make the toast? Please tell me I'm not the only one. I'm so nerdy right now, sir. I just realized.
So
all
please
my
excuse
nerd
my
jokes.
friend. She just had a nerd leak.
My nerd has leaked out everywhere.
Let me
Yeah,
just-
but like,
Just grab my rag and mop that up real quick.
so with the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you want to show up at the midnight showing.
Yeah.
In case you ever out there would like to do it, show up
These
at the
people
midnight.
came to my house and got drunk. You should talk to my mom. I was very small. I don't remember a whole
Your
lot.
mom
of
is
it.
really cool, and you're always like,
My mom is so
weird."
freaking weird.
She should have been my mom.
My mom is so freaking weird. Yes. So the way that things worked out is that I actually gave birth to Raven's child. My
You
daughter
have a-
and Raven are so similar as to be almost the same exact person.
I think Nana's genes skipped a
And
generation.
yeah, my mom should have been her mom. However, her mom, I think, probably shouldn't have been my mom. But her son should have been my son. I totally claim Galen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
he's
son
totally-
is all
he's totally my boy.
happy rainbows, and he's wonderful, but very unlike me.
Yes, I just want to frolic with him
Yeah. What did you do?
and chase him around.
What did I do? What do you mean?
I don't know what you did.
What did you do?
Who are you? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
What am I doing? Well,
Yeah,
at
well,
this
right now he's
moment,
sitting.
I'm sitting right here in this chair on the porch because we've been drinking on the porch.
We have
You
been
want
drinking.
this?
Talking to these fine folks on Facebook and
I
YouTube.
love these fine folks. What was your childhood like? I didn't have TV.
I had TV.
She had.
I
She
had-
had this weird man on the radio. What did you have?
I also listened exclusively at late night talk shows. I remember being like 11 or 12 and listening to Dr. Ruth Westheimer on the radio.
The sex doctor lady?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she was my favorite. Dr. Ruth
My aunt
Westheimer.
used to listen to her all the time, and I would go over there, and my mother would come home from work, and my aunt would be babysitting me, and that would be on the radio, and my mother would be like, "What are you listening to? What do you have her listening to?"
Okay, so she's like a 98-year-old Jewish lady.
She's been 98 since like 1912.
Forever.
Yes. And she just wants to talk about very intimate subjects.
So I
very
actually heard a
intimate
joke
subjects.
once that was like Dr. Ruth Westheimer is a 98-year-old little lady who doesn't eat pork and she wants to talk about blowjobs.
I want her and Betty White to do a segment together.
Oh, that would be great.
Right?
They should get on that before they both
And they
die.
should be drunk.
Oh, that'd be great.
Dude, Betty White's going to outlive us.
Yeah, she is.
Betty White.
Betty White.
Betty
White.
White.
Right.
Keith Richards. And
They
Dr.
will
That's
re-
what I was just about to say,
Westheimer.
Keith Richards.
Keith Richards and Betty White will repopulate the earth
Mhm.
after the apocalypse.
That's gonna
They're
be
like
weird.
Moses. They're just going to live to be like 600 years old.
Well, I think we've outlived our usefulness on this internet television situation.
All right, so Outlaws. I guess that's the cue that we're getting ready to sign off. Outlaws, don't do anything I wouldn't do. I love y'all,
And if you do.
and I hope to see some of y'all this weekend at Hillbilly Jam.
And try these drinks because they're fantastic.
Yeah,
That's all.
seriously.
Yeah.
Especially that tea. That's really growing on
Because
me.
that's why we're here.
Yeah. Well, that and free drinks. So,
Yeah, no, that
I mean,
too.
free liquor.